And we welcome you to Dodger Poke Report, where tonight we have a very special guest all the way from Venezuela, catcher in the Dodgers organization, Jesus Scalise. Now, Jesus actually is in America right now. He's in Arizona at the spring training complex getting some early work in just ahead of spring training. So we're so glad that he found some time to join Dodger Poke Report tonight. I'm going to ask him some questions. He's going to answer those questions, and we're all going to get to know Jesus, the young catcher, a little bit better this evening. So the first question I have for you, Jesus, you grew up in Venezuela. Venezuela has produced over 400 Major League Baseball players, so it has been a hotbed for baseball over the years. So who are your main influences growing up?
That person was my father. He was my support in Venezuela and my whole life. A lot things come to him. He was my influence in my child and my life.
I must say I'm not totally familiar with exactly how sports work in Venezuela as far as are they attached to the schools or what kind of little leagues you have growing up playing there. So take us all the way back. Take us through your baseball experiences all the way back through Little League.
I have a lot of experience in my little leagues, national tournaments, international tournaments in Venezuela, out Venezuela, like Guatemala, some countries out Venezuela, here in United States. I played for only one team. That was my league, all little league, all my child and my life.
Wow, that's quite the baseball experience growing up, getting to play internationally in America and Guatemala and then all throughout Venezuela as far as inside the country. That is an amazing baseball experience. So you might have actually answered my next question with your answer to the previous question, and that is, how did you grow to love baseball so much?
My family, my fathers, my grandfathers. I have the baseball in my family since I born, so and I love the baseball. I played baseball since the 3 years old, so I think the baseball is my family.
Yeah, you mentioned baseball being your family. You've talked about your dad. You've talked about your granddad, how close you were as a family, how close you were to your dad. And tragically, just a year ago in 2021, you lost your father to COVID. And I know that was a very tragic situation for you. It left you really lost for words and very difficult to overcome. So talk about how you overcame that tragedy of losing your father and how you've moved on and how you've actually started to use him as inspiration.
Yeah, my father passed away 1 year ago for COVID. That was so hard in my life. I really can't explain that feeling in my life. I don't have word for that. He is obviously my new inspiration every day. So I'm doing all my things for him and thanks to him.
You are actually the third catcher in consecutive years that the Dodgers have signed internationally out of Venezuela. Diego Cartaya is the number one prospect in the Dodgers organization, then Yanier Fernandez. Are you friends with them? Did you get to play with them growing up? What is your relationship with the two other catchers from Venezuela in the organization?
Yeah, I know Diego and Jainer. They are my friends. They are my teammates too. We are in the same team. We have a good relationship like friends. Jainer helped me a lot with my defense, with all that. So we are good friends.
We talked about over that Venezuela's produced over 400 Major League Baseball players throughout the years, how it's been a hotbed for baseball, but recently it's lost all of its affiliated rookie teams. And believe it or not, Venezuela at the moment does not have a rookie league team that is affiliated to any kind of minor league system or major league system. So for guys like you from different parts of Venezuela, you actually have to travel to the Dominican Republic to play your rookie ball. So talk about what it was like having to travel to the Dominican Republic, your rookie ball season there, in their summer season last year and your first season in professional baseball in 2021?
My first year like professional baseball player, as a professional baseball player, 2021. For me, that was a good year, was a good season. So, a lot new experience, new things in my life, new tools in my life. Always, a lot of people always told me that my first years is the more difficult in my career. But for me, it was a good year. I have a lot of things to talk about my first year.
You have a very bright future, as you were talking about in that answer. And I mentioned earlier that you're already in America. You're already in Arizona at the spring training facility. I'm assuming that you're going to start out 2022 in America, probably playing some kind of instructional league, and then maybe low A, and then possibly high A baseball. Who knows how high you could get. So are you looking forward to that opportunity of finally getting to play here in America in 2022? And what's the most exciting part of that for you?
I'm so excited for that. Right now, I'm in Arizona. I'm in the early camp, pre-spring training with the team. So I think that the plan for 2 years is with that played here in Arizona. My second season, like as a professional baseball player, I'm so excited. I'm so happy for stars.
Yeah, you mentioned about being excited, and I'm sure with the international, the history that the Dodgers have with success with international players, I'm sure you're very excited to be a Dodger. So talk about that excitement, the history that the Dodgers have with international players, and how exciting that is for you.
Yeah, it is so good. Feel that feeling for be a professional baseball player with Dodgers. A lot good players, a lot good international players. So we have a good history how international player with Dodgers. I really good. It's really good be a Dodgers player right now.
You're a catcher now, but you grew up playing the infield, and I know the Dodgers have a history with that. Will Smith and Austin Barnes both did that in their amateur days. So that's a good thing for you. So how has your history as an infielder helped you as a catcher?
Yes, I was an infielder. I play infield literally all my life. So the infield helped me a lot for be a good catcher with elastic, quickly with my feet, soft hands, a lot things. Be athletic catcher.
Video is somewhat difficult to find of guys that play their rookie baseball in the Dominican Summer League. So tell us what your strengths are as a catcher.
I think that my strength like a catcher is because I'm so athletic. I'm fast. I'm not really fast. I have a good speed for me. I am. That is my best tool like a catcher, as a catcher.
I've communicated with you a little bit about your game, and I know that you are very proud of the type of hitter you are, in the sense that you use all fields. You are very proud of being the type of hitter that can pull the ball, that can hit the ball to the opposite fields, can hit the ball up the middle. So I know you're very proud of that. So tell us what your strengths are as a hitter.
I think that I'm a hitter for the whole field. I can hit home runs, I can hit doubles, I can hit triples, I can hit hits, normal hits, infield hits. So my strength like a catcher, like a hitter, is that I can use all my field, whole the field, my opposite field. I can hit with power, with two power for whole field.
Want to thank Jesus Scalise for joining us this evening on Dodger Poke Report. It was super fun to get to know him a little bit better, and I certainly appreciate him, and I cannot wait to watch him rise up the ranks of the Dodgers organization as a catcher. Thank you for tuning in to Dodger Poke Report. I hope that you log on to DodgerPokeReport.com, and I hope that you visit Dodger Poke on all of social media platforms, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok, and I hope you become a subscriber to our new podcast. Just get onto your podcast streaming service of your choice and search Dodger Poke Report and subscribe and never miss a thing from Dodger Poke. As always, thanks for tuning in, and go Dodgers!